destruction, unbelievable. We are talking about, at least according to the sheriff, up to 60% of this town destroyed. You see these homes decimated. You see trees toppled on top of homes, cars toppled on top of each other. But again, nobody died. Now, we do know of 3 people in critical condition. One of those people was trapped in their home for a couple of hours, had to be pulled out by rescue personnel. But this is the scene that people are walking around, waking up to this morning, seeing the destruction of their community.
Send it to you, Jim and Lauren.
We have brand new video to show our viewers now of Saline County, hard-hit Saline County. Let's go ahead and pull that video up, and let's check in now live with Arnold Wyrick. Arnold, what can you tell us about these storms that apparently have turned deadly? Is that what I understand?
Yes, Lauren, that's what I'm hearing right now. We've got 3 people definitely dead here in the Gaston City area in Harrisburg. We're looking for 5 more people in this area that are still missing. They're going house to house, or what's left of houses anyway, debris and everything that is completely scattered everywhere here in these homes. We've got probably 35 to 40 homes that are completely destroyed, and they've been loading several people into ambulances. We've got probably 20 or 25 ambulance crews out here right now loading injured people into ambulances, and like I said, unfortunately, we've got 3 people dead at this point in time. We don't know how many more are going to end up being found in the piles of debris. I sent some video in earlier of the area around the Walmart where the Hibbett Sports, the Maurice's, the Family Dollar, and the GameStop is completely destroyed. That mall area is completely destroyed. And then this storm moved across the southeast side of Harrisburg up through the Gaston City area towards the Harrisburg Medical Center. So this entire area through here is shut down right now, and it looks exactly like what we've seen in other video from across the United States where massive tornadoes have gone through. Just trees stripped, mattresses hanging in the trees, parts of homes hanging in the trees, cars sitting in the tops of houses. It's a very, very dangerous scene in here right now. We've got a lot of power lines down, and like I said, we've got a lot of crews going through the debris right now trying to find some of these missing, but we do know that there are 3 people dead right now at this point in time.
Arnold,
of course, we'll stay on top of things and continue to follow it for you. Live, local, late breaking in Harrisburg, Arnold Wyrick, Heartland
Let me ask
News.
you one more question, Arnold. Let's keep you with us live here. Did you say correctly 35 people they are still looking for there?
No, I said they're looking for 3 to 5 people.
3 to 5.
I know of one couple that said they're looking for their daughter. I heard a couple other people that were looking for family, and that they have got at least 5 people that are missing in the piles of debris that they are still looking for at this point in time.
My friend, you've been with KFES for a long time. Describe this storm as all the storms you've reported on over these years. This is really something.
Well, like I said, Lauren, I mean, this looks exactly like the scene from Galesburg, Kansas, from Joplin, Missouri, from Alabama, where you've got just nothing left but foundations of buildings and then just piles and piles of debris and pieces of insulation and mattresses and blankets and things hanging in the tree limbs and trees snapped off, and no distinguishable sign of where roads used to be or alleyways used to be in the area. And, you can just see the clear path where the storm came across. Like I said, where 45 and 34 intersection here in Harrisburg meets, came right across there south of the Walmart and just tore right straight through towards the Harrisburg Medical Center area.
Arnold, we also understand rescue crews really want people to not go sightseeing. This is a serious situation going on right now, correct?
Yes. Right now they have shut everything down except for the people that are in this area, that live in this area, or have family in this area that they're looking for. They're wanting to keep everybody out as much as possible. The Walmart store here is completely shut down. It blew the windows and doors out of the front of the Walmart and blew the back side of the Walmart store completely off.
Hey, Arnold, by the looks,
very long scene for cleanup.
Arnold, by the looks of this video, obviously you're having trouble getting around town, aren't you? I mean,
well, I'm on foot right now. I'm about a mile from my truck. It's about as close as I can get, and I walked on foot from there to this area where I'm at.
Well, what are you seeing as you're walking?
There is chunks of debris, Jim, pieces of buildings, cars. There's a couple of 18-wheelers that are flipped over in the parking lot outside of Walmart. Like I said, there's down power lines everywhere. It's kind of dangerous getting around. You can't really drive much closer than what I've been able to get back in here.
And you need to be careful where you step, too.
I'm being very careful. At this point in time, I'm going to have to get back over to my vehicle and charge my phone back up. But we'll stay on top of things and continue bringing the latest from here in Saline County.
Okay, thank you, Arnold. We'll let you do that. We're going to keep rolling this video because, again, it is brand new. We're going to check in with our storm team as well. Maybe they can comment on some of the things we're seeing. But this is the heart of town, heart of Harrisburg. And as Arnold mentioned, Walmart has been hit. 3 people have been killed. He confirmed that. People are still missing. It is reminiscent of Joplin. I hate to say it, but...
And as you look at your screen, this is the storm as it hit about 5 o'clock this morning. So almost 2 hours ago is when that massive storm, possibly a tornado, has not been confirmed, came through. Laura, I think you have more on that, don't you?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate that this is not live Storm Team Digital Doppler. We actually rewound it a bit. This is about, as Jim was saying, between the 4:30 and 5 o'clock hour when it was moving through Carrier Mills, and then again, as you were hearing Arnold, through the south side of Harrisburg. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of march forward here. I actually remember kind of matching this up with velocity data, and it was just intense. Obviously, we're talking about a strong tornado here, but it was right in this area at this point. This was about 5 o'clock this morning. That's when that tornado was on the ground. That's when all of our systems were matching up and giving us indication that this was unfortunately a deadly tornado moving through this area. And at that point we didn't know it, of course, but we did know that there was extremely strong rotation with this particular cell. And of course, I know this isn't the only area that saw damage, but again, we're about 2 hours behind here on Storm Team Digital Doppler. So those folks just joining us, I don't want you to be too alarmed. We're taking the Doppler back to where when that tornado moved through the Harrisburg area and the Carrier Mills area.
Where several storms caused damage overnight.
The Weather Channel's Ron Blome is live in Branson with our first look at that damage. Ron?
Local officials, Pat and Jennifer, are pretty sure this was a tornado because the path is only of destruction about a quarter-mile wide, but it goes from the western part of Taney County all the way to the other end of the county. You're familiar with the Strip as a place that's crowded with cars and people who come to see the entertainment. Now it's crowded with debris. We saw just a lot of wires down, poles broken, the windows blown out at the Shoney there. Several of the hotels had roof damage, and several of the theaters were also damaged, but none of them, because it's not really the season yet, that'll kick off with spring break in March, none of them were having shows last night that suffered the damage. Officials here say the tornado sirens were going off. They credit that with saving